If you don't move your body, you're drawing disease towards you. If you're putting shit food into your mouth, you're drawing disease towards you. You're not staying hydrated, you're drawing disease towards you. You're feeding your mind BS, listen to negative people and putting negative mind feed in. You're drawing disease towards you. If you allow stress to take a stranglehold on your life, you're drawing disease towards you. This is the latest episode of My Body Health Podcast. And on this episode, I'll be speaking about how you, in your actions every single day, are either pushing disease away from you or you're drawing it towards you. Hey guys, this is a really important episode, one of the most important episodes. It kind of ties everything together that I'm usually speaking about because, as you know, I'm really passionate about educating, motivating, and hopefully inspiring you guys to live your best lives. And your best lives is not just about looking good aesthetically and feeling good and having good health, but it's always about the bigger picture. I stress so much about the bigger picture and lifestyle. This is why I'm always stressing, stay away from the word diet, focus on lifestyle. Stay away from words like weight loss, focus on body shape, tape measurements, body fat, clothes, energy, brain function, all the things that really matter, bigger picture stuff. And disease prevention is a very big one of those things. So it's really important that we start shifting our mindsets from seeing things so short-term. Now, there's nothing wrong with having short-term goals. Big fan of it. Always have my clients in short-term goals, but have short-term goals with a bigger picture focus. So have your little short-term goal, whether it be for a month, whether it be for 12 weeks, whether it be for 90 days, whatever. It doesn't really matter, but have a bigger picture viewpoint and mindset regarding your entire life. Because this is how your life can be, okay? You can live into later years, and I mean later years being 100, 110, 120, even 100, 130. Because from what research and people living to certain lengths and so on and blue zones, it seems that around 130 is the sweet spot of what we can live to. Most don't live even close to that. Some don't even get halfway. But that is what is possible for you. And I don't mean getting there where you're surviving for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, medicated, people wheeling you around. You can't even go to the toilet yourself and so on. No, this is what society has conditioned us to believe. Society has conditioned us to believe that once you start hitting 50, 60, you're going to become more decrepit. You're going to lose ability to move as much. You're going to get tight and stiff. You're going to have more pains. You're going to get diseases almost definitely, inevitably. You're going to have to get loads of medication. And literally for the last 5, 10, possibly 15 years of your life, you're going to suffer in some capacity to a huge capacity. Now, it's amazing how about 40, 50, 60 years ago, most people died in their sleep. Disease was the flip. It was the minority that people died of disease. It was nearly a shock. Whereas it was case of people dying in their sleep was what was seen as the norm. So see the way it's all shifted? But that again is all the big industries. As I always stress, healthy, happy people are not money making. You can't make profit out of healthy, happy people. So have unhealthy people without killing them, have unhappy people without killing them or pushing them so much to kill themselves, slowly poison people mentally and physically. And then you're going to have cash cow. And that's unfortunately the world we live in. And this is why I'm so passionate about pushing you guys to really open your minds to things I'm saying and implement them, most importantly, and enrich your lives, improve your health, improve your well-being, improve your brain function, improve your energy, improve your sleep, improve your stress control, improve all these things. Because when you do, you're going to give yourself longevity, you're going to give yourself independence, you're going to give yourself the ability to do whatever you want with your 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. You will slow down, that's inevitable. As you get older, you have to slow down to some degree, but it can be minimal. Same, you'll age. You can have someone who's 80 or 90 chronologically that looks 50. You can have someone who's 40 or 50 that looks 70 or 80. It comes down to your choices. It comes down to your lifestyle. And this is why you have to take personal responsibility for every aspect of your life because you are the person in control. Most people don't like to hear that, but it's a complete fact. And when you embrace that and you face it and you live with that and you run with that, you truly have proper freedom because you realize that everything you're experiencing, have experienced, and will experience in the future is down to your choices, your decisions, your actions. This is why, again, something like this type of podcast, this type of information, this type of subject on a podcast is so important because you need to get into your head of what you do today is what will decide your future. So what you do today will decide your future. And I'll go through all the different aspects I started with during the course of this podcast. But what I want to really emphasize to you is, again, what you do today will decide your future. And you have to take personal responsibility for where your life is right now where it's been in the past, where it's going to go in the future. Because you hold the pen. You literally are writing the script right now. You listening to this right now is you writing the script. You could be doing so many other things apart from listening to this, where that's all you're doing, or maybe you're multitasking, doing something else while you're listening. You've decided to do that. That will have a certain impact in your life. I would hope that this podcast will have a positive impact in your life. It might stimulate you to take positive action. That will have a domino effect where you consistently doing that. So you will potentially add years to your life. You will potentially add years of quality, which is what's most important to your life, years of independence, years of pain-free, years of drug-free. All these things just from listening to this podcast. This is the power of us owning our lives, taking personal responsibility, and living consciously that every action matters. And living consciously that we need to feed our mind, we need to feed our bodies. We need to do the right things. We need to work on our attitudes, our perceptions. We need to lose the stranglehold of the past in terms of emotionally, energetically, with limiting beliefs and so on. There's a lot to do. And this is why I stress to people, it's about being committed to ever evolving for your entire life, evolving to a better version of you every single day. So how do we push disease away? Because this is the bottom line with this. Now, nothing I say is 100% guaranteed, because nothing's guaranteed in life. You have people who will smoke 40, 50 cigarettes every single day, will eat junk food every single day, or barely eat at all, eat at the wrong times. They won't exercise. They won't do anything. They'll live till their 90s. They won't have any diseases, no major pains, might have never even exercised. They'll stay slim. And people look and go, but sure, look at Josie. Josie did that. So that means being healthy or not doesn't make any difference. But see, that's the exception. That's the rarity. For the majority of people, 99% of people, if you live a certain way, you will reap what you sow. You live a certain way, you have lots of stress, poor nutrition, lack of hydration, poisoning yourself from all the various ways you can poison yourself, poor sleep, poor mindset, poor mind feed, all these things, you will draw disease towards you. Whether it be something like diabetes, whether it be heart attacks, strokes, cancer, any of these diseases are out there. You will draw them towards you. This way, your actions today are deciding are you bringing it closer to you by the end of today, or are you pushing it further away? And I stress this to you, you have the power to push disease away. I live my life every day constant. What can I do to keep disease away from my doors? I'm doing everything I can to feel the best I can, be the best I can. I want to live to 130. That's my goal, and live independent, live able to do whatever I want, and literally to go in my sleep, my choosing pretty much. That's where I'm going to. And I'm no doubt I'm going to get there, but I'm living conscious every day of my actions. And that's, again, actions with my mind, actions with my body, actions in every aspect. So it comes down to many little things. It's a huge list of things, which I'll cover some of on this particular podcast. And there's others, like every podcast has elements of this, but I'll cover a few important ones on this that'll help you to push disease away. Because look, what is disease? Disease is literally your body screaming at you, what the hell are you doing? You are literally killing me. Will you please change what you're doing? I'm going to make you suffer right now because I need you to wake the hell up to what you're doing. I need you to change what you're doing. And then I'll start to disappear. And you start to feel better, and so on. That's what disease is doing. It doesn't matter whether it's cancer or a cold. Your body is talking to you. Your body is telling you that something is wrong. Some decisions or actions and lifestyle you're having are not serving you. So the element of lifestyle that you have now is, again, making you sick, decreasing your immune system, disimproving your gut health, disimproving your brain function, disimproving your energy. All these things chipping away that eventually goes, look, he's not waking up or she's not waking up. He needs a bloody disease, and disease will hit. And for some people, they still don't wake up. And they have such trust in the various industries out there, they'll just go along what they say, and usually it ends up, unfortunately, killing them, if not immediately, over time. When the thing is, the power was in their hands all along to prevent and to treat it in a very good way. So, your most important message from this, if you take from this podcast that you truly have the power to change your life and to prevent disease and to push it away from you, and to take personal responsibility, and if you start to do that, this will be, my work will be done with this podcast. because that's the most important message for everybody to get. And your life will change forever. So let's go through a few little things that help you to push disease away. Little things like even water. The more hydrated you are, like, look, bottom line is your lifestyle, as I said, determines whether you get disease or not. Okay. Everything is lifestyle disease. Everything. That's why, go back again 50 years, there wasn't as many people with any of these diseases. Some of these diseases are only modern times in the last couple of decades because people lived very differently before. They're very active. There was a lot more sense of community, a lot more support around it, people supporting each other, working together on things. Happiness was more, people more physically active, both physical jobs, moving between places. It wasn't about buses, like in scooters, which are everywhere now, cars, trains. It was walking, cycling for the most part. People played sports. Practically everyone would have played sports to some degree, or at least was outside. So it's a very different life now. So lifestyle has changed things, but it doesn't have to be the death toll. It just means that nowadays people have to make certain choices and live certain ways to prevent the negative impacts of our modern lifestyle drawing a disease towards you. Okay. So we need to reverse a few things. We need to change a few things. One thing is as simple as water. We need to get more water in. You're 75% water. Your brain is 83% water. Brain doesn't retain water. So if you aren't adequately hydrated, your brain can't function correctly. It means you have poor concentration, poor memory, poor focus. You're not going to be able to think well. You're not going to be productive, and so on. So it's really important to be hydrated from that perspective. After oxygen, water is the next most important thing. If you don't have water for 7 days, you're dead. If you don't have oxygen for about 10, 20 seconds, you're going to start getting brain damage, and you'd be dead probably within a few minutes. So, you've got oxygen, then you got water. That's how important it is. But what are people mainly consuming? Coffee massively, but also things like energy drinks, stuff like Monster and these equivalents, which are really poison, soft drinks, alcohol as well. It's becoming more and more common for people as, oh, the day's over, time to relax, I deserve this. So, this type of mentality needs again to be banished. Because while you could argue, yes, you kind of deserve it to some degree, you really want to be disimproving your health every single day. Nothing wrong with having a treat. I'm big on having treats. I think everyone should have a day where there's no rules, but for most of the week, you need to keep on track, do things again that are pushing disease away, making you feel great versus drawing it towards you. You need to focus on drinking more water. Water basically not only hydrates your body, but it flushes the system out. So if your body's full of toxins, disease thrives in a toxic environment. So if you don't get the toxins out, they're going to stay. It's going to become more and more toxic. It's like throwing rubbish on top of each other in a corner of your house or something. It's going to turn into a real rubbish pit. It'll get dirty, decompose, all that kind of stuff. And it'll be bad repercussions. Same inside your body. You keep adding more and more toxins, there's only one way it's going to go. So it's very important you keep detoxifying. And we hear so much about detoxes and people spend fortunes on detoxes and all that. Very simple detox is water. Drink more water. Even just drink only water for a couple of days, as a fast, or I'm big on kind of smoothies with water. You want to flush your system because what water does, it goes in the hydrates, but also it grabs the toxins and pulls it out. That's when people have had a bad lifestyle for a couple of days or something, like the urine is yellow. So the color of your urine tells you a lot about how toxic your body is. You want to have it clear. It should be clear. For most people, it won't be. It's going to be yellow to really dark yellow. So it shows dehydration and it shows the body pulling toxins out of the body. So it's so important for us to keep detoxifying ourselves. I drink huge amounts of water. People be shocked at how much I drink, but I drink it not because I like it. It's because I know the power of it and the benefit of it. And also I want to keep detoxifying my body constantly throughout the day. And I live a very healthy life, a very conscious life of all my decisions. But we live in a world now where it's impossible to escape toxins unless you live in like the Amazon jungle. So we've got our mobile phones, we've got EMF everywhere, we've got radiation everywhere, stressful kind of environments, there's stress at every corner, even just driving and road rage and whatever. So, there's stress everywhere, there's radiation everywhere, there's EMF all over the place. All these things cause toxins in your body. There's toxins in all the food, even when you eat really healthy, unless you grow it yourself, there's going to be toxins in the food of some kind. So water now has become a necessity. It's like when I go on to exercise now is a necessity. Before you could exercise, if you just wanted to, or you played sports and you want to get stronger, or you felt terrible in yourself and you want to get in shape, so you might go to the gym. So before it was like a luxury. Now it's actually a necessity. Everyone needs to exercise, whether it be at home, in the gym, or wherever, because Again, we live such sedentary lifestyles. We're not burning off the toxins, we're not burning calories. We're taking in excess calories then even for eating healthy. So we need to move our bodies, we need to get blood flow into our muscles, we need to keep our bones strong, all these different things. But if you're sedentary and you're not exercising, not moving your body, then that's not going to happen. You're going to get weaker bones. You're going to have a lot of atrophy. So your muscles are going to be disappearing. They're metabolic furnaces and they're so important to your body's structure and for processing glucose and everything. So it's really important that you have good, strong muscle mass. Doesn't mean you have to be massive in terms of muscle, just you have muscle mass. Doesn't matter who you are. So having lean muscle is so important. That's why it's so important to train, because we're not using our muscles now in normal life. So you have to do weight training of some kind. That could be at home doing push-ups and squats and having a kettlebell or dumbbells. It can be going to the gym. It could be doing some of these group exercises. It could be using rocks. It doesn't matter. You need to have some kind of resistance. So exercise is now a necessity. And again, even sweating out toxins, which the cardio stuff will do, you need to exercise. So you need to be exercising minimum 3 times per week and generally keeping active besides that. Looking at your steps, 10,000 should be a bare minimum. Most people barely get to 2.5 in the modern lifestyle. So you need to be working towards 10 and as a minimum. And when you hit 10 on a consistent basis, make it much higher. The more active you are, the more you're flushing out the toxins. It goes back into toxins and the toxic environment inside your body that you need to get as clean as possible. You got your water, you've got your exercise. What you feed your body is huge. 20% of calories go to your brain. Sometimes how your brain functions is massive. If you think of people getting things like Alzheimer's, dementia, brain fog, all these different brain types diseases or deterioration. What are they feeding themselves? Are they keeping hydrated? And are they eating good food that actually nourishes the body with lots of antioxidants, vitamins and minerals, chlorophyll, good fats, good carbs and sugars, good protein sources? Is that what they're putting in? Or are they putting in garbage, processed food, chemically full food? What's going into your body? Think about it. And every day, remember, it's cumulative. Every day is cumulative. So if you're having a load of bad days out of 7, so 5 out of 7 are not good. You get every week, every year. That's 260 bad days out of 365 in every year. Now, what do you think that's going to do in you year on year on year? So again, this is where we have to look at it and realize that what we do today has an impact on our future. It will hugely impact our future. So, we have to look at everything. When you're getting pains, why are you getting pains? Maybe you're not moving your body enough. Maybe you have a very acidic diet. So what's going to happen? Like you're going to leach calcium and minerals from your bones because the body, when acidic kind of stuff and bad stuff goes into your bloodstream, like your bloodstream doesn't stay acidic like for long. It's like a millisecond. If it drops in terms of pH, the body will rectify itself. Because your body's pH drops too low for too long, you're dead. So the body is amazing. It's such a miraculous machine. It will regulate itself, but it has to find the stuff somewhere. So it takes it from the bones. But then the bones will deteriorate. So you're staying alive, but your bones are deteriorating. Same as your muscles will start to be eaten if you're not getting in enough nutrition. And also if you're not doing weight training, your muscles will disappear anyway. Because again, they need to be fed. They need to be kept alive. They're metabolic furnaces. They burn the glucose. All this stuff. So there's so many functions inside your body. How about your sleep? Sleep is hugely important. If you're not getting quality sleep, how is the body supposed to regenerate and rejuvenate itself like it's meant to do during sleep? That's the purpose of sleep. So if you're not getting good sleep, what's the alternative? You're going to start releasing loads of cortisol. That's not going to do your body any favors. That's again creating another toxic and additional toxic environment that's adding to the toxins. You're going to have tiredness, lethargy, poor mood, poor energy, poor brain function. What's that going to do to you day on day on day, even in terms of your mood, your energy, your mindset? All these things, again, are cumulative. You talk to yourselves every single day. So if you're in a poor mindset, negative mindset, excuse me, what do you think the cells are going to be like? Especially if they start to deteriorate, then you're told that, you've got the onset of diabetes, for instance, or look, you want to be careful now. You potentially might have a cancer mole or something inside you. People start feeling even worse. They're talking to themselves in a negative way. It's going to increase because they're not doing anything to counteract it. So the way we talk to ourselves is massive. And if you have a negative mindset, that's not going to help. You're going to be negative energy. Negative energy creates negative emotions. That all is talking to yourselves in a bad way creates a negative environment, a toxic environment. You see how many different things, and this is only touching the surface. Like there's only a few things I'm sharing with you on this particular podcast. There's so much more. That's why in all the episodes of the podcast, all the stuff I'm talking about is contributing towards this subject. You're either pushing disease away or drawing disease towards you. You can listen to all the different podcasts I've put out there. They all will help you to push disease away if you implement what I'm saying. Because remember, knowledge is not power, it's implementation of knowledge that's power. So make sure you're implementing what I'm saying if you truly want to push disease away. I'm assuming that you do, right? And those are your loved ones. And that's why it's important you share this information as well with other people. Share this podcast, get it out there. People need to hear this stuff. And they can take it or leave it. They can believe it or not believe it. They can question it. Doesn't matter. I'm open to questions all the time. I encourage discussions. Anyone who wants to discuss anything with me by private messaging me, emailing me, social media, comments under the post of this podcast, whatever, Spotify, wherever, just do it. Because again, we need to have discussions of these things. It needs to be out in the open. We need to talk about these things. You need to realize they have the power. Take personal responsibility. Get your life to where it can be. It's in your hands. This is the thing you need to realize. It's in your hands. You hold the pen. You hold the pen. Isn't that powerful? Isn't that empowering? We should be embracing that. We should be running with that. We should be absolutely loving the precious opportunity we get every single day to create the life we want, to create the reality that we want, to create the existence that we want, to create the life experience that we want. But why then are we doing things that are hurting us and making our life experience less quality, less enjoyable, more painful, more suffering, more unfulfilling, less successful, more unhappy? Why are we doing these things? It doesn't make any sense, does it? This way again, will you please put these kind of things into practice and become happier, more successful, more fulfilled? And again, importantly, push disease away from you. Keep pushing, keep seeing it that way. That again, every time you go on to do something, am I pushing disease away or am I drawing disease towards me? Which is it? Ask yourself that question. It's really, really important. How do you manage stress? Stress and another thing. People are getting loads of stress. What's going to happen? You're going to release loads of cortisol. I spoke of that with sleep. What's going to happen when you release loads of cortisol? Again, added toxicity in your body. Impact on your mind and your mental health. Usually an impact on your motivation to do anything, including exercise, so you don't do anything. Huge impact on your nutritional choices, usually. It's not usually really good ones. Usually a negative impact on your comfort and what you go for comfort. So drink, cigarette, in terms of drink, I mean alcohol, cigarettes. It can be food, it can be drugs. Destructive habits, destructive things that again are chipping away, drawing disease towards you. So again, you got stress, you got sleep, you got your nutrition, you got your exercise and your general movement. You got water. What about you feed your mind? Again, if you're around negative people all the time, you've got negative mind feed. That's again negative energy, negative emotions being created. Because if you're hearing negativity all the time, your negative emotions are automatically created. Your emotions then are affecting your cells. You're talking to your cells. You're creating a negative environment. So it's so important for you to feed your mind positivity. Be very conscious of what you watch, read, and listen to because it has a huge impact, again, on the functionings of your body and your brain. Your gut, all that, your gut's the second brain. It has a huge impact on that. When people have gut issues, it's not always about food. They could be amazing with their food, tons of fiber, all good stuff, but they might be experiencing a huge amount of stress at that time. That will affect your gut. So this is where, again, our body will talk to us. Our gut will tell us something's wrong. Your bowel movements will tell you something's wrong. Pains will tell you something's wrong. Colds will tell you something's wrong. Diseases will tell you something's wrong. Your body talks to you all the time. You just have to start listening to it. To feed your mind what it needs. Get quality sleep. Do what you need to in quality sleep. I've loads of podcasts and books and stuff all about sleep. So make sure you can check them out and start implementing the sleep habits, sleep hygiene, sleep environment. Your sleep will change forever. It will transform forever. Follow the stuff I talk about with stress and how to manage stress. It's against a choice. We can all do it. You're managing your emotional state, managing your energy, getting energy from all natural free sources. There's so many of them. Start exercising. Start eating good nutrition. Need help with that? Again, we can give you programs, personalized programs. We have loads of material out there, books, videos, audios, podcasts, educating you on what you need to do. Drink more water. One of the most simplest things you can do to improve your health. Drink more water. I'll say it again. After oxygen, water is the next necessity. A couple of days, you're dead if you don't have water. You're 75% water and your brain's 83% with no ability to retain water. That's how important it is. Drink more water. Simple as that. And also, I want to stress focus on adding positive habits as opposed to eliminating the negative ones. Because when you add, it's a positive energy. And also, when you add, typically over time, negative ones will drop off. So it's not a case of going, okay, I'm going to stop drinking Monster. I'm going to have only 5 cups of coffee instead of 10. Start drinking more water. Those things will automatically happen. Okay. Same with the food. Start eating more good food. The bad food will start to decrease. So focus on adding better energy. You feel like you're winning. The bad stuff will automatically start to go, especially you start to feel better within yourself. Okay, I hope this episode strikes home. I really, really, truly do. Because look, go back to the main point. You hold the power. You hold the pen. Every action and decision you make today is either drawing disease towards you or you're pushing it away. I choose every day to do everything in my power to push disease away from me and to live a long, healthy, vibrant, importantly, independent life where I can do what I want, move what I want. As the years go on, yes, a little bit slower, but I can still do what I want. That's the power you've got. Are you going to take personal responsibility for it? Or are you going to continue to hide behind excuses and blame and poor justification and keep bought into societal conditioning that you can't exit this world without having suffered with one of the many diseases out there for 1 to many years? You can't exit this world without having been medicated with numerous tablets for many, many years. It's your choice if you decide to buy into that. I choose no, and I encourage you to not buy into it. And even if you're got disease right now, or you're pre-diabetic, or any of those things, and you are on medication, you can reverse all that. You can reverse all that. Again, it's in your hands. We choose our life experience. I choose vibrancy and energy and independence. What are you choosing? Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this episode of My Body Hair Podcast. Make sure leave a comment below. Make sure you follow or subscribe. Share this out there. People need to hear these messages. And do listen to other episodes. There's tons of them out there. We're coming up close to 100 episodes. And enjoy them. Leave comments under them. Engage in the polls. And as I always say, contact me if I ever could be of help. I'm here to serve. It's my life purpose to make a positive impact on millions all over the world, including you. So if I can help you in any way, reach out. I'm here to help.